Hello guys, and welcome back to my first non-Terraria video that I'm recording. Hearthstone is also a game that I play a lot. It's actually probably the game I've played the most out of any, and I figured I'd also bring it to the channel as well. So Hearthstone is a virtual card game where you play cards and try and, destroy your opponent. It's a lot more slower paced than Terraria, but, I like a variety of games, and I hope you'll enjoy this as well. I've played this for probably about 4 years now, but I've really got into it in the last 2 or 3, I think. So, yeah, I'm excited to share my passion for this game as well with all of you. So, it's actually the first day of the season as I'm recording this, which means that my rank has been reset to the lowest, Angry Chicken rank. So I'm going to be kind of documenting my grind as I go along this, because I think that would be an interesting thing to do. I've never hit the top rank in Hearthstone because I generally don't play competitive that much, but I still think it would be really, how would I put this? I think it would be a great achievement if I managed to finally hit this during the summer months where I have almost nothing else going on. So I'm going to be playing Aggro Highlander Mage, which basically means Highlander. You play one of each card, which benefits some specific cards in your deck with special effects, making them much stronger. An aggro meaning it's a pretty fast-paced deck. It's specifically kind of built to beat Demon Hunter, which is really strong right now. And it's not exactly what's particularly played in Mage, so sometimes it catches people off guard. But I guess that's enough of an introduction to this game and how I'm playing it, and I guess we'll just queue up now. Alright, and we've got our first match. It's up against Hunter, which is generally one of my weak matchups, but I guess I can't complain. Oh yeah, and this entire deck is golden. Yeah. I play this game a lot, and also have spent a decent amount of money on it, so yeah, there's that. I think we have a really good start with Blazing Battle Mage. It's probably the best thing you can play on turn 1, because it has really good stats. Never mind, that thing actually just beats it. So we're going to play Violet Spellwing, because it's going to die anyway, because Blazing Battle Mage would just get destroyed by his hero power. Instead, next turn, maybe I can coin Zephyrus, and I can eliminate the minion a little bit more efficiently. I could also try and be lucky. I'm going to try and be lucky. And I was lucky. Great! That's obviously a really strong start for me now. I have the advantage on the board. Probably not going to keep it though. It's Hunter. And I have a really good turn 3 and I might coin this out for turn 4 because I don't want to play this unless I have to. Okay, well that's all. This is actually probably the better play in most situations, because I'd rather be active on the board, especially against Hunter. I guess that means turn 4 I can Netherwind, or I can Zephyrus the Great if he plays something that I can react to. So as you can see, it's a pretty low cost deck, especially for it. I have anti-aggro stuff such as Bone Chewer Brawler, Hench Clan Hogsteed, Imprisoned Observer and Frozen Shadow Weaver, which are really nice. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I also have a more kind of excuse me. I do have a regular Highlander mage type thing, and I'm Zephyrusing here so I can get Holy Smite and deal with that. It has poisonous, which means whenever it attacks a minion, it instantly kills it. So I'd rather, not have to deal with that. And I think it's a strong enough play. Zephyrus may have been good later, but I kind of want to get this game finished with as quick as possible. That's probably an explosive trap if I had to guess. And if it's a freezing trap, I'd like to bounce the Zephyrus back to my hand, because then I can just play it again and ping off the Primordial Drake again. So Zephyrus only works in Highlander decks, which is kind of why I'm playing Highlander, because it's a very strong card. As I guessed, Explosive Trap. So we're gonna big ol' whelp. I love that name. And it's gonna draw us a card. Opponent has a pretty good start, but that's not exactly the target I would have chosen. But, you know, who knows? Maybe he has a master plan. Maybe, yeah, he probably wants that dead as quickly as possible, so he can put his charge minions directly in your face. So charge minions, they can attack immediately, and they can also attack your face, as opposed to rush, which they can only attack minions. I'm really not explaining this game good. If you like what you're seeing and are kind of interested in it, I'd recommend you look it up on your own, or maybe I'll end up doing a kind of a commentary, educational for it, though I'm definitely not the most qualified person, I will be the first to admit. I just enjoy playing the game. So this is going pretty well right now. We have a decent amount of minions in my hand. I guess that's an okay way to do it. Oh, if he actually... That's a really unfortunate trade for him. Alright, so I think I am going to draw. And... It's not a really great play if he has turn 7 King Crush. So I think I'm just going to Messenger Raven. And I guess that's pretty good. No, I need my health conserved, so I'm going to attack into his so he can't just keep on smacking my face. If he does play King Crush, I guess my Ev will be nice to hold him off for a little, but I think what I'm going to try and go for is some Malygos and do a freeze or transform effect. This is all assuming that I'm playing around the Dino Tamer brand, because he's probably also, there's a Tiamat. So I can use my own Tiamat to counter his Tiamat, which is really nice. Positive trades for me. Tiamat gives you 2 of these options, so we name him Divine Shield, so the first time he takes damage it's ignored, and Rush, so it can attack his minion immediately. Turn I can Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, which is just an insane amount of value, and really how you want to win. It's your final for this deck. Finisher for this deck. Looks like he is going to be going all in now. That is definitely a freezing trap. He doesn't have any more. Huh. So I think I'm going to have to... Never mind. Rustied Raider is a great top deck, because it's Taunt, and it has Rush. So I can destroy that minion, and I can block him from attacking my face with that weapon. Along with if he has Dino Tamer Brand. And I'm setting myself up for not quite lethal, but possible lethal with Malygos Aspect of Magic, which is definitely what I want to be trying to go for. Corrosive Breath, that's not gonna kill my guy, so that's okay. Okay, that's a little frustrating. I think I'm going to my Ev Shadow Song, or I think my first choice should be this, because this may give me a possibility of lethal. Not quite. I guess he thought it would be lethal, so he gave up. That's great. It's always great to win your first game. I think I'm probably going to play 4 games or so. We'll see how quick they go. And because I made it to a decently high rank, I get a ton of stars for each win I get. So now I'm up to the Penguin rank. That is my favorite card, by the way. The Snow Flipper Penguin. Very fun. So yeah, that was a great game. I guess I'll see you when the next game starts. Alrighty, so we are into our next game. And this is a really strong start if it wasn't Priest. I'm going to keep this around because I feel like I already have a really strong early game. So this can help clean up if he has any minions to deal with. So yeah, I'm just going to keep this hand. It's really, really strong. I'm probably going to coin out Bone Chewer Brawler if he doesn't play anything. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Worst comes to worst, I'd maybe even be able to Fire Blast him, so he gets extra attack, and then a go face. Or if he plays his own minion that can die, Hench Clan Hogsteed is really good, because it has Rush, and it will also leave a minion on the board. I might just play Hench Clan Hogsteed as a sticky minion that he can't remove.
I wonder.
Depends. Oh, no, Solarian's even better. This is my favorite card ever. Like, look at that card art. It's just incredible. I love Solarian. I got her actually in Golden out of a pack, so that's why I feel especially, like, attached to it, because most of my Golden cards I crafted. Actually, like, all of them. But, I got specifically out of pack. She's just great. She's really fun. So, he's not really playing much. So I think I'm going to play my overconfident Orc, but then I don't think I'm going to play anymore, because he may be able to wipe my board. Plus, I've pushing enough damage every turn that I think I will, yeah, Mass Dispel. That's a little unfortunate, because that removes Solarian Prime's Death Rattle, but I'm still smacking him for a lot of damage every turn. He's probably playing Highlander Priest, because that's, what Mass Dispel. Oh, never mind, he's covered off their new. I guess we have no idea what he's really playing yet. I think I may really just be able to push out lethal with my Shadow Song and Malygos. That hurts a little bit, but I think we're still going strong. I'm not holding a dragon, so Malygos' battle cry isn't really active, so I guess I'm going to Messenger Raven, which can give me another Solarian. Perfect! It's going to be a really strong finisher if this game goes a little bit longer. And I'm going to hit him with the well played. I do like emoting every once in a while. I am that kind of player. If he has another silence, I'm going to be incredibly disappointed. Okay, so he hasn't dealt with it yet. But he is healing a fair amount every turn, and that's not something I particularly enjoy. But there's not really any minion I want to play currently. I might throw out the Hogsteed, because I don't see another time where I could play it. But I'm just going to keep on hammering the damage. He's down to half health, I have decent amount of minions on the board, and plenty of strong plays in my hand. Along with still Dragon Queen, Zephyrus in my deck, Fireball for a good finisher, Whelp just to draw a card, and Evocation, which is another really fun card. Alright, so I have Solarian Prime in my deck now. That means I have another potential win condition. Oh, so he's gonna get... I have a lot of good cards in my hand, and it's unfortunate that he's stealing some. Alrighty. I think I'm just gonna play Rusted Raider. And keep on hitting face. If he is Highlander and plays Reno, that would be kind of unfortunate, but it does mean I could respond pretty easily with Tiamat. Or my own Reno if he plays something alongside it.
I will act as your skin.
Okay. So he's Galakrond, but he hasn't played a lot of cards. So I think I am going to Tiamat, because that puts it out of range. If I Divine Shield Rush, puts it out of range so that I won't lose all of my minions to a Reno, the Relicologist, and it's also being protected by the Rusted Raiders, so we'd have to double dink into it if he plays his own Tiamat. We also have a dragon in our hand now, so Malygos is activated, which means we could also get Fireball Lethal, which deals 8 damage. Okay, so Shadow Word Death, that is alright. And another minion dead, that is less alright. Galakrond is upgraded. I'm not hitting him for that much anymore, which is a little unfortunate, but that's what we have to do. We drew Solarian Prime, this is wonderful. I think I'm just gonna let her rip. I'm gonna attack first, just in case, but let's see what we get. Alright, so Conjurer's Calling. That's wonderful. Rolling. Okay, less wonderful, less wonderful. Okay, so we at least hit him for 4. That's good. Deep freeze, so we freeze him again. That's not really necessary, but we get 2 3/6s, and we draw 2 cards. This is excellent. I think I just need to ping him in the face, because next turn, even if he heals up, I'm going to try and go for Malygos into his Fireball to deal some damage. Okay, so that's a little unfortunate because he can freeze my big guy, but there's still definitely a good chance for... Okay, so he has his own Malygos that he's just played. I might attack into that guy, and then Reno. Yeah, because he's definitely out of range now of Malygos' Fireball. So, I think the smart play would be to attack in Reno the Relicologist, and then Conjurer's Calling Solarian Prime. Frostbolt. If I... Let's play risky, because I think I have potential... Oh! I have spell damage +1!
Well played.
Oh man, the other guy's gotta be pretty disappointed right now. But that's great. We had a really strong game, we had really strong draws, and I really think that was good. And we're up to rank 6 now, we are steadily climbing. So yeah, we're gonna play up again. I'm feeling really confident with this deck, and yeah, it's great. Mage is my favorite class by far because of the variety of things, and also the legendaries are all pretty unique and have their own take on them. So I think we actually have a game queuing up right now, so I'm not even going to stop this recording, we're just going to keep on playing. This thing on the side isn't actually built into the game, it's an extension called HS, or just Hearthstone Deck Tracker. So yeah, that's what I'm using to keep track of that, because it helps me keep track of what cards I have in my deck. This is not exactly the opening I'm hoping for. Acidic Swamp Ooze can help, but I'm going to mulligan the other two in hope to get, like, Blazing Battle Mage or Violet Spellwing. Alright, that's not bad, I guess. So, yeah, and a Zephyrus on too. So Zephyrus is strong, basically, whenever you play it. So I'm always happy to draw him. He's coining out something. I am going to Arcane Missiles and hope I kill it. I did not, so I guess I'll Guardian Og Merchant, which deals 1 damage and gives it Divine Shield. But if I just deal 1 damage and it dies, no Divine Shield. It's generally meant to be used on your own minions, but it can be a nice, like, finish off a minion. I think this turn I'm going to play Imprisoned Observer, which it stays dormant for 2 turns, which means it can't be interacted with, but when it gets undormanted, it deals 2 damage to all minions. So I kinda nuke his board if he plays a few minions. I'm hoping he plays a weapon right now, or, Porcupine. Porcupine. I don't think I can let that thing live, because he'll buff it up. So I'm going to Zephyrus the Great and, you know, deal with it. You what? It didn't give me anything to deal with it. I guess Kulturon Chaplain will work. That is surprising, honestly. Because now he's going to be able to buff it up. I'm surprised it didn't give me a kill or a silence. Shadow Word Pain would have done it. I guess it thought I needed a bigger hand size, and I guess I am kind of running low on cards, but this can draw me one once I draw a dragon. And, yeah. I can probably just play 1 card a turn for a while. I have a lot of cards that generate more cards in my deck, so... yeah. Okay, so he attacked in there. Okay, Zixor is also played. That's another one of the prime cards, which means when it dies, it shuffles a strong thing into its deck. So he wakes up and boop. They have been murderified. I don't really have anything I want to play this turn, so I think I'm just gonna, you know, do a basic attack. Kinda pass. Weak turn, but that's alright. You do have to watch out for his what is it, Zixor Prime, because that's a really strong card. Alright, that is a perfect thing for a Rusted Raider to attack into. So we're hammering on the damage now. We have a taunt up to stop him from doing any shenanigans. Card draw in hand. Weapon removal in case he decides to play one of those. It's looking pretty good for me, but who knows? It can always swing around if he draws his Zixor. Though I think he's playing more beasts in his deck, so it's hard for him to snatch it with a card that draws specifically beasts. Phew! That is mana inefficient as hell, man. Ah. He's not having the best draw, I don't believe, so. We could see him out and hammer on damage. I think I'm just gonna Arcane Intellect. I'm going to Star Scryer for more card draw, and freeze and kill that. Because I want as many minions as possible, right now, just so he has more difficulty dealing with them. Plus, when this minion dies, it has high attack, so that's also helpful for just kind of killing him. And it also has high attack, Death Rattle draw a spell, which can easily fetch me like a fireball, so. Yeah. That card is I really hate that card. It's just obnoxious to deal with. Oh, okay. So, didn't even get to use the ability, so. I guess that's good. He's attacking into 3-1. Really? That is not the choice I would have done, to say the least. So I'm going to Bone Chewer Brawler and Solarian, and Acidic Swamp Ooze, because I don't think he's going to play a weapon. Because that sets up next turn lethal for Fireball if a few of my guys live. If either of my 3 attacks live, or like both my 2 attacks, then I have lethal with Fireball and Fire Blast. If that's Explosive Trap, I think that still works, because this guy will get damaged up to poor attack. Though I need to Fireball first. So I'm going to Fireball, and then I'm going to attack with not that, in case it's freezing. It was explosive. Good. So, yeah, we played that guaranteed lethal. I actually messed up a little. I needed 2 minions to survive no matter their cost, but, you know, we still won anyway. So that's great. We are continuing our climb upwards. I really enjoy this deck. Win streak bonus ×2. So we are really climbing the ranks, up to Bronze 1 already. And we get a random rare in our pack. Oh boy. And we played 30 cards, more gold. I'm saving up my gold for the next expansion, because I already have all the cards from my current one. So, yeah. I think we have time for one more game tonight before I wrap it up. So let's get into it. Our stars have dropped a little bit lower for winning, but that's alright. These first ranks are going to be relatively easy, though I know a ton of people are also playing today to get up ranks. Though the real tryhards woke up at, 12 in the morning to play as soon as the servers reset, so at least I'm not playing with them. Queue times are never really bad for this game either, so that's always nice. I kind of just keep the video rolling.
Jaina versus Rexa. Let the hunt begin.
So we got Guardian Og Merchant, which is not the best turn 1 play, so I think I'm going to mulligan him back in, along with the Water Elemental, because I really need a 2 or 1 drop. That's how this deck kind of gets ready. Though this is a good 3 drop to catch up with. Okay, great. So Hench Clan Hogsteed and Zephyrus the Great are both good turn 2 plays. Along with Swamp Ooze for if he ever decides to play a weapon, which hunters generally do. I think I'm going to throw down the Hogstein on turn 2, no matter what he plays. Just because I feel like I need a body out on the board to contest anything he might. Alright, so that was probably the worst possible outcome. So I'm going to Hench Clan Hogsteed, attack in, and he's left with 1-1 for my 1-1. Though he can also just kill it with his hero power. But if I Zephyrus the Great, I get Mortal Coil, which I think will be offered, which deals 1 damage and will draw me a card. So I think that would be a fair play. Mortal Coil, perfect. And now we have Reno the Relicologist, so we can play a good turn 4 into a turn 5 with a Frozen Shadow Weaver plus a Fire Blast. Or, yeah, okay. So Water Elemental next turn should trade well into his 3/3. This is a basic card, but it's still super strong. I'm glad they at least put a few good basic cards in there. Because the system works on a rotating cycle, so after 2 years of expansion's lifetime, the card gets rotated out, which basically just means you have to spend more money later. But it's guess it's just how the game has to make money. No one ever, bought new stuff. It's not something I enjoy, but it's what I have to accept. So I'm setting up for him to play another minion, so I can Reno the Relicologist and murder that. Generally, I would have just Scale Ridered or attacked in and pinged it, but it can't be targeted by spells and hero powers. Alright, so Huffer is not exactly what I wanted to see. Puts me in a tough position. I think I'm just going to draw, attack in here, and play 2 minions with Death Rattle so I get more offense for next turn. I think I have to save the Reno until after this wakes up, so it's a little unfortunate. But I'm also trying to get it to attack into small minions. I should have maybe just played the 1, so I could have 2 small minions for this to attack into instead of possibly hitting my face. It's a little unfortunate. He's definitely a Highlander list. I feel like this is definitely what Highlander plays, especially in prison list. I know that because this is the top winning deck rate that I'm facing. Alright, so that's alright, I guess. Acidic Swamp Ooze deals with the weapon, so I guess that's a little bit better. So I can just Acidic Swamp Ooze, Messenger Raven, and yeah. So Acidic Swamp Ooze, Messenger Raven. If I get Solarian Prime, that would be kind of cool. Arcane Amplifier is also really great, so I'll definitely... Will I take that? Yes! Kirin Tor Mage could also be strong. I might take Kirin Tor Mage. Specifically because... Why is it so large in my hand? Specifically because I have Netherwind Portal. So, good, it attacked into the smallest minion, which is what I wanted. So Reno the Relicologist is even a bit better now. If he plays big enough minions. And I think that he's gonna play his Dino Tamer Bran and attack my face. Just got a feeling. Just got a feeling. So yeah, we faced a lot of hunters today. Actually, I think all of my games have been against hunters. No, there was that priest, right, of course. But, everyone's just trying to get to the high ranks quickly. Hunter's kind of the way to do that. This deck's kind of made to bait hunters into thinking they have an easy win, but it's actually, not. How about a new life? How about a new life? I don't think that calls for a full-on Reno, so I'm just going to Scale Rider, Arcane Missiles, and hope I hit the 2 things. Perfect. Now I can Kirin Tor Mage and Netherwind Portal, and my turn 9 is excellent with Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, who is another one of my favorite cards, though I like playing her, I hate playing against her, because she always gives me low-cost dragons, she gives my opponents, I don't know, big things. So that's a really good trade-in for my 3/3 or my 4/3. Yeah.
We are friends now.
Hello, friends. I think I'm going to be attacking with the 3/3, and that can just hit face. While this I probably should have, you know, not attacked first just so I could see my options. Not bad. So I get another dragon. Dragon Green Alexstrasza. Regular Alexstrasza. Twin Tyrant is also strong. And big ol' whelp. So I have a pretty good hand. A lot more dragons. Always wonderful. Never gonna complain about Dragon Queen Alexstrasza unless he plays his own. That would be really, really unfortunate. But in that case, I have Fireball, Reno, the Relicologist to deal with most things he plays. Unless he gets, you know, Deathwing Mad Aspect and, I don't know, Ysera. Okay. That is strange. Probably going to Brawl here, which is alright, I guess. I just hope that one of my bigger guys lives like the 8-8 or 5-5. Ruin. Okay, I guess that also works. Though because he cast a spell, I get a 4-cost minion. It's a bad 4-cost minion. Unfortunate. So I'm going to Twin Tyrant to ping off both of his things. And since I don't really have anything else to play, I'm just gonna ping face. And because this thing has lifesteal, I'm actually gaining some life every turn, so he's going to be less able to hit me down. I am in a strong position on the board, especially with a Fireball in hand. I have 11 damage on board, so if he doesn't clear, and he needs to clear enough stuff that... Can he clear? I do not think he has enough damage to clear. Perfect. That is another win, I believe. 9 damage, yep. Well played. We're gonna Reno the Relicologist just for BM and Fireball. And that was an insanely successful laddering session. I'm incredibly happy with how that went. Maybe I should record some more of my games, make me actually seem like I'm good at the game. I'm not normally this good, I lose a lot. Though I think we had really good matchups across the board, along with real pretty alright draws most of the time. Star bonus times 6 and win streak bonus times 2, so I am flying through these ranks up to silver 7. So we are up to the silver rank. I get an extra card at the end. Card pack at the end of the season. Though I already have all the cards from this set, so it's basically just dust. Alright, so I guess that's the end of this recording. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Every single like and subscribe means so much to me. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Alright, have fun. Game on. I don't know, I want my ending to be at